guacamole. We already had people waiting. Hi, guys. Welcome into Nearing Nerdvana. Thank you guys for being patient while we got the show going. Actually, I think I'm exactly on time. So
nice.
As you can see, we have some replacements and we have a guest tonight. Yi is going to be filling in for Joe. Aaron, thanks for being here.
No problem.
We appreciate you. You're always our knight in shining armor. Jen's going to be filling in for Jen. Jen, how's it going?
Good.
And last but not least, Kyle is back with us tonight. Kyle, how the hell are you? Let's see. I think he's muted. We'll give him a second. If you guys were here back in March, we had Kyle on. So it's kind of like a welcome back to Nearing Nirvana show for him. His mic was working about 25 seconds ago. Nope. We lost him. Here, Kyle, do me a favor.
I have it.
Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
I typed in the private chat if you can still see that of what you might need to check.
Okay, while we're waiting for Kyle to get figured out, we need to do a quick shout out to our sponsors over at Cover Price. They are the ones that are providing us with all the information that we'll be using for tonight. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please use code Nirvana14 and you'll get 1 month of their unlimited membership for 99 cents. Also, thank you to Bird City Comics, our show sponsor. We just launched Radiant Pink by Ivan Tao. Have you guys read any of that Supermassive series?
I read Radiant Black issue 1 a long time ago, but I don't remember.
Kyle, we got you.
Sorry about that.
Yay! No, you're good. We got you back. Kyle, we'll circle back to that. Kyle, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I missed the whole intro, so here I am.
It's okay. Everybody's excited to see you again. I'm so glad you're here again.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
The last time you were on was like during that flurry of craziness around Twig.
Mm-hmm. The Twig preview, I think, had just like blown up on wherever it blows up. Yeah, people were going crazy. And a lot's happened since then. It came out. It's all done now. It's over.
I don't know. I think that book is going to be strong for a while, but we'll get into that here soon. Before we kick off the show, Nimesh, he's one of our, what do you call him, benefactors of the show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. All right.
But you were telling Kyle about the gobbling.
Oh,
gobbling. It was a real cliffhanger.
And the way you said it made it sound like a horror movie.
You were like,
I don't know.
And then we'll talk about the gobbling. And then you...
I know I can't do a gobble impression, but I'm going to go sit here and do this.
All right.
During October, we howled whenever we got a super chat because that's fun. So during Thanksgiving, we're super creative and we decided to gobble whenever we got one.
What's a super chat? I don't even know what that is.
That's basically one of our viewers donating to the show, showing support for the show.
And Nimesh just did, so we all have to gobble? Is that what
on the count of 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. All right, you're a good sport. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna fit right on in.
I gotta be honest. I'm gonna gobble when nobody donates anything.
Just randomly gobble throughout the show.
See, this is why I play guitar on Long Story Short, so I don't have to say anything.
Yeah, this is more fun though. It makes you kind of have to be humiliated a little bit. All right, for anybody that's just joining, we have KYLE STRAHM with us tonight. And Kyle, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself for anybody that doesn't know?
Sure. I'm Kyle. I'm a writer and artist of comic books. I just had a miniseries come out from Image called Twig. It was 5 issues, and the last issue came out a couple of months ago, but the trade paperback just dropped Wednesday. I wrote a book called Into Radness at Dark Horse that you can get in trade paperback form right now. I don't know. I've been doing this for a while, several years. And that's me. That's me in a nutshell.
Were you in, did you go to New York or Baltimore?
You mean this year?
Yeah, for the cons.
I did not go to New York. I was going to, but then I canceled because I had gotten sick and I didn't want to go sick. But Baltimore, which show is in Baltimore? I don't think I went there. No.
That was like a couple weekends ago.
No.
Yeah,
I went to Emerald City. I went to C2E2. I went to Dragon Con for the first time. That was a wild show. I went to a few shows. I'm blanking on all of them, but there were like 6 weeks there where I went to a lot of shows.
Giant blur. Jen, what were you going to say?
I saw him at C2E2.
Yeah, Jen brought me water at C2E2.
Isn't she just like
Nice.
ridiculously short? Poor Jen.
I was sitting down, so no.
I've always wondered, like, do you get nervous before you go to these things?
Nervous about what?
I don't know, meeting people, being surrounded by people, having to do commissions on the spot. What if you do a commission and somebody doesn't like it?
Well,
God forbid.
I don't do that so much anymore, as much as I used to, doing commissions at shows, because I realized that I was like missing the whole show while I was doing it. So I kind of phased out of that. But no, I don't get nervous. I get like really, it's kind of a huge flurry right before I go to a show where I have to get everything ready, jam it all in 50-pound suitcases so they're not overweight, and then it's kind of relaxing to finally get on the plane after all that and then get there. But I don't get nervous. No, I've been doing shows for like 20 years. So, and I teach a class. I don't get nervous just talking to people, which is great. I'm glad I don't. And I used to get nervous when I would have to, when I first started, I wouldn't know if I was going to even make my get into the black, because it costs so much to go to these things. So that would be a whole thing. Like, I have to sell this many books to break even. And I don't know, less and less I get nervous.
Well, there you go, guys. If you are just joining, that's a very brief idea about who Kyle is as a person, but you're going to get to know him even more as we continue with the show, because we got a lot to dive into. Aaron, any questions before we move on?
What was your favorite con to go this previous year?
Oh, that's not a fair question, because then all the people who brought me out might be listening.
Yeah, be careful answering that one.
My favorite con, I don't know, but here's what I like. There are so many people who do conventions, who do comics, and we all do it separately all across the country. And for 2 or 3 years, none of us went to any conventions. So it's always very cool, especially now, it's very cool to see all these people. And we see each other like week after week when we're all doing cons. So really my favorite thing about it is to get to hang out with all these people that I might not have seen for 2 or 3 years. And that's the most fun. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
Well, so I tend to travel to like at least like two to three different cons every year, and then I don't like to like usually repeat any of the places I go to, except for like one within my state. But like I like to travel to different cons throughout the nation just to see like the differences, like because they're not all the same.
No, I agree. Yeah, a lot of them are very different, and I'll go to the. Well, for me, it's also a business, so I'm always looking like who actually is inviting me to the show versus who do I have to like pay full price. And I don't know. So I kind of, that comes into my decision making, but the people are always really fun to interact with. Yeah. And
I'm going to track you down on the next one, Kyle. I'm going to find you. And what kind of water did Jen bring you? I'm going to bring you a bigger, better water.
It was the biggest, best water. So I don't know.
Is that what it's called? Biggest, best water.
I don't know how you're gonna beat it. I think it was.
I'm gonna beat it.
I don't know the brands of water anymore. I don't know what brand of water it was.
Well, that was nice of Jen to do that. So okay. We did this last time you were on. I don't know if you remember, but whenever we do a comic like market report, we go and we create these insights. They're almost like stats cards. I'm going to let Jen go over this one just because she was the one that was behind most of this. And it's kind of insightful about who you are as an artist. Jen, you want to cover the top half?
To be fair, Britt makes them.
That's
and
true.
She dives into the colors. Actually, maybe we should repost the last time Kyle was on because it's been a while.
It's been since March.
It's first to work.
You're gonna repost my stats from last time.
No, the show, because that was like your first works, and
oh, I see.
That was fun. That was fun. And this is fun too. But anyway, so for people who are just tuning in, Artist Insights, his name is Kyle. I mean, just yeah.
Look at it. I have to tell you. I am sorry to say that is actually a drawing I did of Cullen Bunn, not a drawing of me. But
it's still good.
I also
still good.
have a much stronger jaw than Cullen does.
Actually, I almost wish Britt would have just gone in and like added
a beard on there,
a beard and glasses.
Yeah.
But from here up, we look exactly the same.
Similar.
And then credits: cover artist, interior artist, writer, co-creator, and professor. Medium, digital, traditional, and key traits: creative character designs, detailed, precise line art, horror/dark elements, whimsical fantasy landscapes.
Interesting color scheme too. So we got a lime green, the yellowish gold tones, reds and purples. Does that feel like did we capture you, Kyle?
I feel captured. I feel 100% captured. Yeah, I think so. I think that those colors, assuming you went from all the stuff on my website, I think that lines up. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you kind of learn people's signatures, and I'm so glad that you are also an interior artist, because I feel like doing interiors is what creates the greats. And you've done interior art, you've done cover art, you've done writing, you've done a little bit of everything, and you're a professor, which just sounds cool.
Professor, look at me. I didn't wear my leather
jacket or patches, right? So I mean, that's really interesting because I'm in education as well. So I work at Rice University in the IT department, so interact with a lot of different professors and stuff like that.
And they're all awesome, right?
Yeah.
What do you teach?
I teach an illustration class at the Kansas City Art Institute. I teach it's called Senior Thesis, and the seniors, I meet with them a couple of times a week when it's in session, and they kind of pick what they want to do. But what I always tell people is what I really teach them is a lot of them have in mind a career path they want to follow that doesn't necessarily have a front door. Like if you want to be a doctor, you there's a path to that. But if you want to do like concept art for video games, then there is a path, but most people don't know what it is. So I kind of try to help them do that kind of thing.
King Eddie says he does a lot of everything, and he professors quite a few of us into getting things.
Hey, I know Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. All right, let's keep cruising. So next up, this is work in progress. Do you want to tell us a little bit about these? We have two slides to show people.
Okay, so do you want me to talk about these particular images right here that you're showing me?
Yes.
The Skeksis. Okay, so that was back, I don't even know when I did that, but it was like a sample piece that I did for a Dark Crystal comic that they were coming out with. And I don't know, I just went crazy with that one. And I did another one of what are the things called in the Dark Crystal? The good ones, the ones that aren't all twisted. And anybody know?
Anthony would kill me because he loves Dark Crystal. I was never really into it.
Jen looks like she might know. The Mystics, called the Mystics. Bam! I thought of it before you, unlike the last.
He's like, I get a point. Point is awarded to Kyle. You're losing, Jen. That line work is phenomenal, Kyle. Like, how long did that take you?
Oh, I don't know how long it took me. It took me way too long because I've sped up. I mean, it still takes me way too long, but I've sped up since then. But I did all that with like a nib pen, with like a 02 nib, and then I think Buster Moody colored it eventually. But I mean, really, it's not a work in progress because that's what it just looked like when it was finished being inked. But the one on the right, that's one of my favorite panels from Twig number 4. I think Scotty wrote. So this is from one of the travel pages in Twig, and there are a lot of pages like that where they're just going across lots and lots of landscapes. Mm-hmm. And eventually, when we needed to have things done faster, Scotty would be like, and they go through 3 more lands. And so I would just come up with whatever. I think this one, he said, might be cool if they're going across some water and we see what's underneath. And so I did that one. I like to pick a few pages that I want to put a lot of detail into and do them first, but they're like dispersed throughout. So then as I get closer to the time everything needs to be done, I can not go as heavy into the detail in between, but the experience won't be diminished because you still get like along the way, you're like, that looks like it took forever, and that does too. But this page I was really happy with.
It's horrifying. Like, oh my God.
Horrifying? No.
Oh, come on. Would you want to swim in there?
No, I wouldn't want to swim in there.
All of them are about to eat each other. There's like a whole unbalanced ecosystem going on there. Like, who's the main predator? All of them.
I don't. How do you know they're predators?
They have sharp teeth.
It reminds me of like an MC Escher piece.
Oh yeah,
but like not as like symmetrical. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Look, so the one with the little things hanging off of it kind of looks like a turkey, which.
Another random gobble.
He did say he was going to gobble throughout the show.
Challenge accepted. And point on Jen. He knows us well. He knew what he was getting into. And the one in the middle, did you mention that? What was going on?
Oh,
that
that's
one?
the
Just
cover
kind of
for
the whole
Twig.
process.
Didn't mean to talk over you there. That's the cover for Twig #2, and so it's divided into 3 stripes. Obviously, the left one I think is a blown up version. I like to draw it really small on my iPad and get all. And this particular cover, you know what? I can just show the whole thing right here.
Hold on.
That particular cover had some wild perspective going on. So I figured all that out very tiny on my iPad and made sure it was all right. And then I like to blow it up. So I'm not wasting a lot of time with big marks and stuff. So the one on the left is like the shrunk down, the big thick brush drawing. And then the middle is the inks. And then on the right, of course, is Jean-Francois Beauli's beautiful color. And for the covers of Twig, he did more of a full painted thing. So he would make the lines almost they'd be translucent, and then he would paint over everything, which is slightly different from the interiors where the lines would remain, and then he would do a beautiful painterly thing inside.
Beautiful. Look at this comment. 100% was getting dipped in that. Oh my God. Any other questions, Aaron, Jen, before I move to the next one? No? All right.
Dangerous anyway.
A little bit dangerous. You come out feeling fresh though, right? All right, same deal. What do we have here?
Oh, same deal. So the one on the top left this is a page from Twig #1.
Yeah.
They're inside the mines, and yeah. So what's on the left is kind of what it looks like after this isn't a layout. It's the next stage after a layout where I've kind of like fleshed things out a little bit, and I kind of figure out the space and figure out the blocking, and then and the weird rock guy I liked that rock guy. I don't know where he came from. He came from just a page. Sometimes I'll just open a page and do a bunch of little random drawings of characters and stuff. And what I like in those Jim Henson movies and like Star Wars, especially in Star Wars,
yeah,
the like, you know, the old Star Wars movies when I was a kid, and I've said this before, but now you can go and read like 20 pages about any Star Wars character. But back then, you'd be watching and you'd see like a weird little character in the background, and you'd be like, what's that? What's the story on that thing? And that's kind of what I like to do, is just put in these weird little creatures that are imagination fuel for whoever's reading it. And then the inks, and then again, the beautiful color.
Wow.
The panel 1 was I looked through this book. Scotty had this book of all these old like Disney backgrounds, and I was influenced by a background from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Maybe not even a background, but a concept art sketch like of the mines that the dwarves are in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that. The lighting is incredible on that coloring. It's so warm and it's so well done.
Yeah, he's great, and I'll give him notes on every page when I give him the color. I'll say, here's what I had in mind, and what I learned along the way was I can just hint at something. I'll be like, make it kind of like this, and he'll understand exactly what I'm talking about, and just make it beautiful.
I do that with Yi. I'm all, Yi, I don't know how to do this, and I won't explain what it is. And I don't know what to do. Then Yi will just fix it. He'll be like, fix it, Lauren. I'm like, thank you, Yi.
Oh, did I do that right earlier?
Yes,
Y'all
you
requested?
did. Yes.
Okay.
Did-
That
That's what
was
I'm
really
talking about.
simple, like couple clicks. But,
And I gave you like no direction. I'm like, help, and you're like, done. That's how these relationships work, though, and it makes it so much better. And this is what you get out of it, guys. If you are just joining, we have Kyle, the co-creator of Twig, here with us tonight. He was here back in March, but we were lucky enough to get him back on with us. And all right, let's keep cruising. Jen, anything you want to add to this one?
No, I love that you post your process, because I feel like a lot of us just see the end result. So I thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, and then I'm like Trish. I definitely like seeing the inks, so you can see all those like small little details that sometimes you wouldn't catch once it's colored. Like, yeah.
100%. I think it would make you feel kind of vulnerable, though, to show this as an artist. I could be completely off base here, but like showing the process, does it make you feel like, I don't know, again, vulnerable, like you're showing a little bit more than people usually see of you? And
I think
more
that
criticism.
maybe way back. I think one of the things about being an artist and doing comics is you're growing in front of everybody. So like all your failures and your mistakes, everybody sees them. So I've been doing it long enough that I don't worry about that very much. You know, I think I don't know. I'm just like, here it is. It's cool. It's cool. And there are some pages that I will never show anybody. You know, but you don't know that.
Now I do. Now I know. And now I want to see them.
But it's sometimes there are things. This happened more at the beginning of Twig than at the end, because I kind of understood how Jean works, and I would construct my pages in such a way to play to his wide variety of strengths, and to so that I wasn't wasting time on something that I knew wouldn't actually end up in it. So in issue 1, there were things I'd put in, and I'd get the color back, and I'd be like, well, that was a waste of my time. Not in a bad way. It was just a realization that I don't need to spend time on that, because it's not going to come through in the final product. But that actually just makes it better. By issue 5, like issue 4 and issue 5, I was just blown away constantly by where he would pick up where I left off. So I'm rambling now.
No, you're not. I have a quick question though before we move on. Yeah. Refresh my memory. I probably should know this. Was Twig optioned? Has it been?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay.
I mean,
good to know. No, that was the perfect answer. Perfect. Let's keep moving. Next up, so this is some of your cover art, which again, I think really shows the range that you have as an artist. We probably left blue out for one of your key colors here, but do you want to give us a rundown of what these are all for?
Sure. So the top row is all Twig, like issue 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I did like an exclusive cover here. I've got it right here, of number 1 that has this character Splat on it. You can get these now at my website.
You change your voice.
But that's what that is. And then the bottom row is the Twig preview, and then the horrible orange face is from a book called Unearth that I co-wrote with Cullen Bunn, and Baldemar Rivas drew it and colored it. Greg Smallwood colored that one. The top row, Jean colored all of those. And then the one in the middle with the purple thing, that was from Unearth number 3. I colored that.
Wow.
But Bebop and Rocksteady is from a Bebop and Rocksteady comic. For a while, I was like, I want to draw Ninja Turtles. But what I really like about the Ninja Turtles is all the weird side characters. So I was really happy to just draw those guys. And then the next one it was a Barbarella cover. And they sent me like a PDF of all the Barbarella covers. And it was like 100% like Barbarella showing her ass. And then so I was like, well, what can I do different? So I made this weird Mobius landscape. And then Elvira, I did a couple of Elvira covers, and that's one of them. The spider webs. I think I colored that one. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're gonna go down the line. Aaron, let's start with you. What do you think?
It's all amazing pieces of work. I think I even own a few of these covers without. I don't even know how I ended up with them, but they're in my collection.
Yeah, Jen.
I love Splat, and in the trailers for a movie I saw yesterday, they're doing Strange Worlds, and then there's a character named Splat, and I got almost offended. Sounds like
I saw the trailers.
Right, and like my Splat, your Splat's much better.
Thank you. I love my Splat.
This is incredible, Kyle. Though, like looking at these, I have the preview. I got it graded. I got a 9.8.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I was very happy about that.
I don't have a 9.8.
Really?
I do have a 9.9 of the first issue that a comic shop owner was very nice to send to me. So that's cool.
I was actually going to ask you if you give your students anything, like if you hook your students up with Twig copies and stuff.
I hook the rest of the faculty up. I hook my students up with years of knowledge that I have accumulated.
They're all wah. We want a comic. We want a comic. Give them Unearth. Unearth is such a good series. One of the first ones that I read actually for my indie series, and I think the interiors on it are phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Baldemar did a great job on that. He's drawing DC Mech right now. He jumped from Unearth to Robins, and now he's doing DC Mech.
Yeah, it's amazing. All these are just so cool. I think it would be really neat if you would just get like a slab of every single one and just create a whole wall in your office of all of your work.
That would be cool. I share a studio with a few people, and we have a wall where we just put our stuff up. It's not slabbed though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be all 9 9s, otherwise it doesn't count. Yeah.
Well, I got a good start. I got one.
One down.
First. Evil Ernie cover Eddie's talking about. So I got a story for the record. So Unearth, this cover that has a giant mountain head. In Unearth, they go inside a giant living mountain, and somebody makes a joke about like coming out of the butt of the mountain. And the same thing happens in Twig. But for the record, I didn't come up with a joke in either of them. They both have my name on them. But
I would take credit then. I'd be like, the butt thing was me. That was me. Just own it.
It wasn't me.
Who was it?
Was Unearth like influenced by the name of the band also?
No, it wasn't. But I did.
Have you listened? Check out that band.
No, I've never listened to it. Maybe I will check it out. You should send me a link to their best song.
Okay.
Listen to Unearth while reading Unearth. I think that'd be perfect. Very poetic. All right. So here's some of your previous stuff. We were just talking about Unearth. So you'll see one of the covers there, but can you tell us about the other ones? Actually, tell us about Unearth too. A nice little synopsis.
Unearth, which we started before the pandemic, and then it got put on hiatus with all other comic books in the middle, and then we were able to finish it in a shortened way after the pandemic. It's about this weird disease that is ravaging some villages in Mexico, and some scientists and military go into these caves to find out what's causing it, and weird stuff starts to happen. It's a horror comic, a body horror comic, and it's beautiful. The art is beautiful, Baldemar's art, but it's also really gross. And the further down they go, the more psychedelic things get. But it's 2 volumes, that one. Spread, that's the first Image comic. Well, I was in some other ones, but that's the first one that I drew all of. That one's kind of like John Carpenter's The Thing meets Lone Wolf and Cub, and it's about this ecosystem called the Spread that's taken over most of the earth, and this guy finds this baby that's special in some way, and has to keep it safe from monsters and cannibals and all the crazy stuff. And Into Radness, that is a book I wrote that Jake Smith drew from Dark Horse. And that one is about some kids who have like a YouTube show, but it's like really crappy. They have like 12 followers. And and they happen to like fight a weird alien on camera and become super famous. And it's really about them like dealing with that. But it also has goofy aliens in it and lots of weird 80s 90s kid nostalgia. And then Horrorium is a horror anthology. There's a guy named Matt Mitchell who lives in Kansas City here with me, and we had both always wanted to do a horror anthology. So he and I wrote the stories, and we found artists, mostly our friends from around here, who were willing to draw the stories, and I drew all of the horror host. That's Scabatha is there on the cover. That's our horror hostess, and I drew all the parts where she's like, "Here's a tale, full of puns," but there you go. And then there's Twig in the background, chilling.
I know Twig's like all sweet and innocent, like walking into this horror-filled slide, like, oh, I have my little Twig.
So I used to do a lot of horror, and I mean, I'm not against horror. I enjoy. One of my favorite things to do is watch like bad horror movies. But
is there anything else to do in life than that? Like,
and it wasn't much. I pivoted toward Twig, but it wasn't. That's all stuff I enjoy. Like I enjoy weird '80s fantasy and Jim Henson and all the weird stuff that's in Twig. It's stuff I've enjoyed just as much as horror. So for me, it wasn't a weird pivot. Some people are surprised that that's what I did, but it was all pretty natural. If I could have 12 followers, how's it? Oh, I didn't read it fast enough.
I'd be so happy right now. Those kids are lucky. Wow. That's awesome. That's Adam. He actually has his own YouTube channel, and he's fantastic. And then Black Comic Lords just joined us, and no such thing as a bad horror movie. Okay, Robert, I challenge you. There's one that came out called Nope. Have you guys watched it?
Nope.
You didn't like Nope? I liked Nope.
I only watched the first 8 minutes of it. I haven't finished it, but the first like 8 minutes, I was like, should I finish it?
All right, so I'll challenge that. Have you ever watched Redneck Zombies, like the old B horror film? It is so bad. Like if you think that's good, check it out.
There's one called Bloodletting that's like one of the worst movies I've ever seen. There's one called Filthy McNasty that's like here's Nope. Filthy McNasty is like way down here.
Okay, so I should finish it then. I've only given it about 8 minins of my time.
I liked Nope a lot. It's divisive. Lots of people didn't like it, but
I got to the horse when they're like,
there's like a horse. There's horses all over the place. I don't remember.
I need to be more specific. When they're on like that Hollywood scene and he brings the horse and he gets fired. The very, very beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Like that's as far as I got. So maybe I didn't give it a fair shot.
Or it might just not be for you.
I don't know. I am chicken shit. I find movies like terrifying very easily. I think I told you this last time. I think Ernest Does Halloween is one of the scariest movies ever.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Is that what it's called?
Huh?
Remember the little dolls that he sticks in the trees?
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, Jen, anything to add?
I kind of want to see Nope, but
watch it.
It's good.
I will.
And then you caught my attention with Spread. Like I need to go find that. So.
Check it out.
Yeah.
It's 5 volumes. Justin Jordan wrote that one. Felipe Sobrero did the color, and then John Bivens. I drew the first 2 volumes, and then John Bivens went and drew volumes 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, everybody in the chat agrees with you, Kyle. They're all saying to watch Nope. At least give it a good chance, right? So
yeah,
Showgirls scared the heck out of me. Ernest Scared Stupid. Is that the one I'm thinking? It must be.
Yeah, Ernest Scared Stupid with the trolls.
Yeah, and like they're all slimy and they hide under that little girl's bed.
And they're the same. I just put this on Facebook. They're the same. The Chiodo brothers did all the special effects in Ernest Scared Stupid. And they did the special effects in Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And all the trolls in Ernest Scared Stupid are just the masks from Killer Clowns with like the noses removed and like and you can look at him, you're like, oh yeah, that's that clown. But he's a troll.
Can't do it. Say yep to Nope.
Wait, have you never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Are you asking me? Or,
No, I'm asking Laura. No?
That's not even, it's like, it's not that scary.
No, yeah.
It's supposed to be, I don't know, you should watch it.
Have you seen Hocus Pocus?
Uh-huh.
Terrifying film.
Are you, now you're messing with us.
No, I'm 100%. I wish Anthony was here. 100% serious when they're all, come little children. And she's like running into the forest.
Did you watch the sequel then?
Nope.
I
I watched the
I had-
beginning of it because Jen made me.
I had a friend that their daughter couldn't watch Little Mermaid because of the seaweed people that Ursula had in her cave.
Oh,
I was like,
what?
the sea garden. That's one of my favorite
Yes.
images to send to a buddy of mine. Is Ursula's
Nice.
sea garden?
Kyle, you should do one. A sea garden like that, like your version of that. I think that'd be so cool.
We could all be in it, the four of us.
Yes. You can make it look like us. That'd be so funny. I could be like in a little turtleneck and Jen can have her long hair and Ying glasses. It'd be great. No, maybe. Come on, Kyle. Let's make it happen.
But,
Okay.
all right.
All right, next up.
Go on. We'll move on from the scary.
Otherwise, we'll be here all night. If we're
Yeah,
gonna enjoy you the way I want to, it'll be a 8-hour long. Oh, there's like 40 people watching right now, guys. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. We have Kyle in the house tonight, and we are just about to jump into the Twig trade paperback, which came out when, Kyle?
2 days ago. It came out Wednesday, and you can get them from anywhere that sells comics, or you can get them from my website. And either way,
And we're
you'll be happy. What?
entering into gift giving season. This makes a good gift.
It's a good gift for anyone.
Well, what age group?
Any age could read Twig. It's all ages the way Zelda is all ages, or Mario Brothers. Nobody it can kind of seem kiddish, but to some people, but nobody thinks of Mario or Zelda as like kid stuff,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and trade paperbacks are a great way to get somebody that, doesn't have the time to hunt down every single issue individually. Just get them the trade and bam, they can get sucked into this amazing world that you've created.
Or go to your local library, and if they don't have it, request that they carry it.
Yeah, there you go.
You can do that. You can make requests at your library.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're always teaching me library tricks, Jen. Thank you. Louis just got his Twig ashcan signed. He got him a 9.6. Nice.
Awesome.
Not too bad for a signed copy. Mario is in trouble with flipping the bird on Twitter. Really?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, yes.
Wait, what does that mean?
So Elon Musk bought Twitter, and he made it so that anybody could pay $8 to get a verified check mark. This is like yesterday. Like, Twitter's crazy. It's a crazy story every hour on Twitter. But so somebody paid $8, and they made a fake account that said Nintendo of America, and it was verified, and they put a big picture of Mario flipping the bird, and it was up for like 2 hours, and all these people got really mad because Mario was flipping the bird. And that's like the least offensive of the things that fake accounts have said in the last 2 days. And then Elon Musk was like, "All right, we're not doing that anymore." So now Twitter Blue doesn't exist anymore. So it lasted like 14 hours or something like that.
Damn, we missed it. The
Nice.
internet moves too fast. I can't keep up with it.
My
You didn't pay your
favorite
$8?
my favorite
No.
quote about Elon Musk and Twitter is that it was a tweet. Somebody tweeted, "Breaking news: Elmer Fudd buys chat room full of 70 million Bugs Bunnies." And I thought that was a pretty apt description.
It kind of makes me want to go back on Twitter though, just to kind of see what's happening there. But I mean,
Wild.
it seems like a whole nother ball game, and like I'm still learning to navigate the waters of Instagram, so I don't know if I'm ready to tweet yet.
Well, there might not be a Twitter, so don't worry. Just sit back and see what happens.
And watch, right? All right, let's keep going. So this is something that we're very, very excited to promote tonight because not only is it a series that I absolutely love, but it's also a cover that I think you absolutely nailed. Can you tell everybody about this?
Thank you. Yeah, so this is Scotty's new I Hate Fairyland. It's a new #1. He and Brett Bean are doing the Brett Bean's doing the art. Scotty wrote it and created I Hate Fairyland, of course. And this is my first shop exclusive, so it's not a variant that you get through previews. You can only get it through me. And I have them for sale now on my website at KYLESTRAHM.com. And there's only 500 of them. It's one of these things. But Gert's all grown up. Gert, if you don't know, is the protagonist with the green hair, the little girl that kills everything in Fairyland. But now she's all grown up. And in this issue, she's working in a fast food place. And I think called Dragon Dogs or something. I think it's Dragon Dogs, where she sells hot dogs. And so this is my take on Gert. She's a lot of fun to draw. She's horrifying, but she's very fun to draw.
Giving people Ren and Stimpy vibes.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that hot dog, it's definitely a mix between Muddy Mudskipper and that shoe that gets killed in Who Framed Roger Rabbit that Judge Doom puts in the dip. That poor shoe. Yeah, definitely. I love Ren and Stimpy. It's I watched that a lot as a kid.
Oh, I did too. My mom got so mad that she would catch me. Anyway, I have questions about this, but let's go down the line. Aaron, do you have anything that you want to ask about this cover?
Were you excited to launch your first store exclusive?
Yeah, I was. It was a lot of. I mean, it's an experiment, so I'm excited to see how it goes. So far, it's going great. And
I mean, you got to save on those artist fees too, right? So
yeah,
it's great.
Wait, wasn't Splat what was your first exclusive?
Well, so this is my first. So yes, technically Splat was exclusive through me, but this is my first shop exclusive.
Oh, gotcha.
I did not, because Splat. I mean, because I own Twig with Scotty, so I just told Image, I'm going to do this. But for this one, you have to go, as you guys know, you have to go through a different series of requirements to get your own shop exclusive for a comic that you don't own. So that's what this is.
Yeah. All right. So I think I'm going to weigh in here a little bit. I think it's brilliant to keep these to 500. The lower the print run, the better, because then they become so collectible. This cover is fantastic. I think the composition of it's fantastic. It's giving me, I wasn't thinking Ren and Stimpy, but now that somebody said that, I'm like stuck on it. But the blood that she's squirting out of the rat, it's fantastic. I love it. I think the hair is perfect. The expression on the face is really well done. So guys, this one, I was telling Kyle before the show started, this one did have a lot of different variants, and you got to be really picky with the ones that you want to invest in. This one's worth it. And not only does he have the unsigned copies, but you have signed copies for only $30.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line in there is order 10 copies so you'll have a whole pack of hot dogs.
Nobody's done that yet. It's weird. Weird.
Sounds like a great deal too.
But I do need to say John Rausch colored this cover. He's a fantastic colorist. He's done so many things it's impossible to name them all, but Invincible, he colored Invincible for a while. But he's fantastic.
Yeah, this is really well done. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
If I had it and I saw you at a comic convention, I would get it in like a metallic red, right, like where the hot dog guts are, because then it would kind of almost sort of blend in. If you held it just right, it would look really cool.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll, because I haven't shipped any out. Maybe I'll get a metallic red tonight from Amazon.
That's a good idea, Jen, because in that way it's like not taking away from the piece, but you're still signing in there. That'd be really cool to have his name kind of written in the squigglies. Kyle, you got to do it.
It's hard to. I didn't think about where I was going to sign this one. I need to start doing that, because sometimes people will bring me a cover and I'm like, where? I didn't think about this. And a lot of writers don't really care. They'll just draw on top of it. They'll just be like, but it bothers me, especially if I get a book signed by somebody. I don't want it to like mess up the cover. Yeah, but that's my own problem.
All right, so this is available.
You could do like hand tattoos, as a signature.
I was thinking that too, on her thumb.
I could do that. That's a good idea.
In the same color though, so it still blends with the piece. That's clever, Aaron. So this is available on the site. If you guys have not already picked up I Hate Fairyland, this is definitely a good one. Highly recommend picking one up, and might as well get it signed so you can get it slabbed and have a piece of Kyle on your wall. That sounded creepy. You know what I mean? A piece of Kyle's work on your wall. He gobbles. All right, next up. So this is exciting. I'll let you explain here what's going to be happening for you, and this is really a cool opportunity. So go ahead.
Sure. So you can get my covers through my website, obviously, but I signed up for Whatnot. If you are on Whatnot, you can follow me at KYLE STRAHM. That's my name on there. But I'm going to be doing some drawing on Whatnot, and I'm going to be selling my covers on Whatnot starting this Thursday, November 17th. And I'm going to be on there at least for a few weeks, see how it goes. So come on over if you like Whatnot. So there you go.
Okay, really quickly, I got to go back. Kyle, so one of our viewers is he's blind, so he can't tell he can hear what we're talking about. But can you describe this cover for him?
Sure. So Gert, the green-haired little girl grown up to be a hideous 20-something with a giant yellow bow in her hair, is squeezing the corpse of a rat to cover her hot dog with its blood and guts. And the hot dog itself has a bizarre face and doesn't like what's going on at all. But Gert is delighting in the whole situation.
Perfect. That was well done. All right, there you go. Hopefully that helped, Adam. Yeah, so Whatnot, this is a great opportunity for you to get out there, connect with the fans. I think watching you do original art live that would be so neat. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. What do you
But
think?
yeah, go give me a follow.
Yeah, I just did that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Whatnot's a great platform for artists, like especially for people that can't, make it to any of the different conventions that you've ever traveled to. So I definitely like that aspect to it. And then, you get to live stream, like watch, an artist work on their process of whatever they're working on. So
Somebody just said
you like that?
Beard hair.
Hey, I mean, we can have a piece of you on our wall. That's what we're going for, right? Make it like a whole personal thing.
Unique remark, right?
All right. Guys, again, there's about 40 of you hanging out with us. Thanks so much. We have KYLE STRAHM here. He was here with us back in March, but we got him back on the show. Trade paperback for Twig came out on Wednesday. Make sure you go and find that, or better yet, order it off of Kyle's site. That way you're supporting the artists. You're going to get it in perfect condition, I'm sure. And it would make, like what Jen was saying, a very, very cool gift for any age group. It doesn't matter if you're 10 or 50, you'll enjoy this book. So definitely something you want to pick up. Kyle, where can people follow you and what do you have coming up?
So you can follow me on Instagram at KyleSTRAHM_. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Whatnot. And I'm on Twitter for now at KStrahm. I have coming up. So I'll see how this Fairyland cover goes. And if it goes well, I might do some more exclusive covers down the line. I'm working on the next Twig. We don't know exactly when that will come out yet. And I'll probably have some sketchbooks and things coming out early next year.
Oh, that's exciting.
But that's what I'm doing.
Very cool. I'm liking these sketches that you have here now. That's giving me Ren and Stimpy vibes. The Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I went to this con, the Air Capital Con in Wichita that I always go to, and it's about 3 hours from where I am. And they always do a cool thing where they have a bunch of sketch covers and everybody draws on them the night before, and then they auction them off for charity. And I just grabbed all the Mickey Mouse covers and went to town. And there's my sisters as Miss Pac-Man and a strawberry for Halloween, and I was the ghost.
That is too cute.
And there I am as Popeye.
Oh my gosh, that is too cute. Liger Style just got a signed copy.
Awesome.
Nice. Very cool.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna do one little sign off thing before we go. We'll go. Oh, we have one more thing actually, but let's go down the line. Aaron, do you have anything that you want to ask about the social media or anything?
I do not. I just added all of your links in the video description right now.
Awesome.
So it has. Yeah, so it has links to your Whatnot Instagram and to your store.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, and
We're
then
connected.
you just earned a new follower.
Yeah, so that's how that works. With Whatnot, you want to gain as many followers as possible so they'll get notified anytime you set up a show. So anybody that's watching, go and follow him. If you're on Whatnot, file Kyle. Jen, you're up next.
Do you have any cons signed up already for next year?
Oh, so in 1 week, I will be in Colorado. I will be at the Hall of Justice Comics in Parker, Colorado, doing a signing for their grand reopening with a bunch of other cool comic artists. And that's my last thing of the year. And then my next thing next year will be Planet Comic Con, which is the big show here in Kansas City area. And I think that's in March. But until then, I will be on Whatnot doing stuff.
Cool.
So there you go.
Ugh, I'm so excited to watch. I think it's going to be so much fun. So we got the site, we got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. For now, we got Twitter.
Yeah, we'll see if it happens, if it sticks around.
Yeah, well, you never know, right? And then we got, of course, the new edition Whatnot. And please go out and support this Thursday. It'll be his first show. So if you guys are familiar with Nearing Nerdvana, every week we like to end the show on either a quote or a meme or something that kind of just gets people thinking. So Kyle, here's what he gave us. Okay.
There's a backstory.
Go ahead. Explain what this is.
So Aaron Connolly's a comic book artist. He drew Bully Wars and Sabretooth Swordsman, and he does a lot of cool stuff. He messaged me and Buster Moody, who's another comic book artist he does Task Force Rad Squad, and he did Limbo Beach. Aaron was like, guys, is Colossus' tongue made of metal? And we didn't know, and we went and we did some research. So some of these images I found, and some of them Buster found. But the answer is, it's anybody's guess. It depends. So, what do you all think?
Aaron, you're first.
Ooh, this is interesting. I would say no, because of just like from animations and stuff like that, the way, if his tongue was metal, you probably wouldn't be able to understand anything he says. I mean, I know he has, in the X-Men animated series, like, it's a Russian accent, so like it could possibly be a metal tongue, but like, I think you would hear too much clinking, right? It'd be like too robotic, almost.
Oh man.
So, I would say no.
I like your answer.
Thank
This
you.
is a deep conversation, Kyle. Right.
I don't know.
Jen, you're up.
If I agree with you, but I like your answer.
I know.
See, I always just thought it was his skin because it's an armor. So there's
teeth, though. Look at his teeth.
But I think Kyle's right. I think much like powers can range, it depends on the artist and the writer for that character. But Aaron makes a really good real world. But now, do we have to rewatch that Deadpool movie?
And
yeah.
That's what I'm using as reference in
Two?
my head right now.
Was he next?
Well, he was in Deadpool 1, the first film.
And number 2.
Yeah, and 2.
And X-Men 2, right? Or was
yeah.
But he didn't speak in X-Men 2. So in the images, one of them it's bright red. His tongue's bright red, and some of them they're metal. I think that's really realistic one. I don't know if that's Alex Ross or what that is, but it really freaks me out. I think he's really unappealing, and if I saw him, I'd be really scared.
See,
I'm
Mojo
part of
says,
the problem in the X-Men world. I fear what I don't understand.
Organic steel clink.
Because
Ask
it
Kitty
can't
Pryde.
steal. And you can't make facial expressions.
Ask Kitty Pryde.
Good now, right? I mean, that's who we need to talk to.
Are his eyes metal? What happens to his eyes when he turns into Colossus?
See, I always thought it was just his normal eyes, but now looking at these images, I'm like, oh.
Well, if he gets blasted with fire, his eyes would burn out, right?
To close his eyes and
He
not
gets
breathe.
blasted with fire with his
Yeah.
mouth open. Does his tongue burn off?
None of it.
I think it's metal. I think that his entire body gets a metal coating.
Even like his
Even his
liver.
Yeah, everything. Everything's coated in metal. That's my take. Because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Because if you just, it could go up his nose. It can go through his ears. Basically any opening.
So his entire respiratory system is coated in metal.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're saying?
Mm.
That's what
And
I
his
think.
lungs are metal. Liquid metal. His blood is very...
But I mean, ultimately, this was your pick, so you get to decide. Whatever you say goes.
I didn't
No,
know that. I would have chosen differently. What were
Yeah,
you
he
gonna say?
probably. I was gonna say you posed the question. You know, he wanted to have the discussion. But what is your opinion on the subject?
I think whatever mutation that allows him to survive at all as a metal-skinned person, so much is changed about his physiology that it would all have to be metal. But I also think that the physics of his vocal cords would not be the same, and so him speaking, he wouldn't speak the way we think of as speaking. So that's why he can still talk.
So I hear that you said Jen's wrong, Laura's right.
Well, no, Jim said they're all metal, right? Jim.
Yeah,
She
I was
said
the only
it's
one
not.
that's. No, I was the one that said.
Oh,
not.
Aaron. Well, dang it. I wanted Jen to be wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanted to beat you too. I wanted to point.
Do I get a chance to beat Jen at the trivia again, or has trivia been removed from the show?
You know, trivia has been kind of, what do you call it? Hit and miss with people. It's almost like we make our guests feel bad when we just destroy them at trivia. So
well, it's also, I think it takes the time to put into doing all the trivia stuff, and we just didn't have time this time.
That's
yeah,
fair.
do you want a trivia question?
Lightning round.
Let's do a lightning
Ooh.
round. Aaron, I love you, but you're going to play the judge because I need a judge here while I read the questions. We are going to go Jen versus Kyle.
Where did you get these questions from?
I just pulled them up. It's called the internet.
She has a whole folder of trivia questions, like at any given time, like where she's like, boom, ready.
Well,
I
because
think
I
I'm
want
gonna
it.
get pounded again, but
I have to give you the opportunity here, Kyle. But you brought this upon yourself.
I know I'm a glutton for punishment.
All right.
I'm not
So,
ready.
hold on. I'm trying to find ones that are not. These are way too obvious. Okay, do you
That's
guys
my
want like
style.
super easy? Okay,
What?
Aaron, you're in
Easy.
charge. Ready?
Easy for me.
What
Well,
year was the first modern comic book printed?
Modern?
Modern age? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Is it-
Modern age comic?
90s?
86.
I thought it was 91.
This doesn't make any
90s?
sense. This is a bad question. The
Like
answer says
Silver Age
1933. That can't be right.
Wait, what does it say?
Skip that question. Never mind. It said 1933, which is like not possible. That was
That's
a warm up.
Oh, first comic book period?
No, it says what year was the first modern comic book printed? And it says 1933. So whoever did the trivia question doesn't know it.
I think that your advanced knowledge of the different ages of comics is making that question wrong, because you're like modern age. That's what it means, but really that's not what they're talking about.
What are they talking about?
Oh, like as
I don't
in the format of a
Like
comic
the
book.
format. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm thinking too much like a nerd. Okay, hold on. Let's keep going.
Nerd kitty.
Peter Parker lives in a cruddy apartment on what street in New York City?
What? Well, he lives in Soho. I get a point for that, but I don't know what.
You get a half point. You guys don't know the street? Wow, I thought these were going to be easy. It's Christie Street
In Soho.
in Soho, so we'll give Kyle half a point. In which comic did Wonder Woman make her first appearance?
It was
I
not.
don't-
It wasn't her.
It wasn't Wonder Woman.
Sensational?
Oh
I don't
man,
know.
here's where I lose.
Oh yeah, I thought it was sensational
But
comics.
I'm gonna go out on a say she got tied
30
up.
something. 30 something, right?
It's All Star.
All Star.
Oh.
All Star Comics. Okay, this should be easy.
Oh, Reeve got it.
Yep.
Oh, Reese, good job.
Audience gets a point.
We're
Full
at
point.
half point.
We could just end it
Kyle.
there.
You sound like me, huh? Half point to 0. Let's just call it. Superman is the most famous DC Comics character. What's his real name?
Kal-El.
Yee?
Clark Kent.
No, you're the judge.
Oh.
Which one got it?
Oh. Who said it first?
You're the judge.
They said it like
so
basically at the same
perfect.
time, but I think I heard Kyle finish it first.
Ooh.
Don't give me the point because I'm the guest though.
Yeah, don't give him pity points. 1.5 to 0. Who wrote? Oh God.
There you go.
You ready?
We've got the full answer, right?
Who wrote the original Spider-Man?
What the comic Spider-Man #1?
PF.
Who wrote the original Spider-Man comic?
It's not Stanley.
Yeah.
Yes, Stanley. Why did you
That's
guys?
what I'm gonna
What?
win.
When you said it was like,
But it was such an easy question, and you guys are both like, Stan. Stanley.
I feel like that's the kind of
we're like,
question.
is this a
that
trick
comes out
question?
after
No,
the hour
it was
mark.
like that's so easy. Okay,
All right.
2.5 to 0. What year was the first Iron Man movie released?
2010.
2007. 2008.
Yes. Damn, Jen, are you letting him win? I feel like you're letting him
No.
win. All right.
I know we're gonna do this tonight. I'm not in the headspace. I was like, I thought
She
we were
didn't
supposed to
know.
relax.
This is very easy, guys. What is the real name of the Green Goblin?
Norman
Norman.
Osborn.
Jen.
Jen said Norman, but then like couldn't finish.
Now I
this.
feel like
All right, I'm letting Jen tap out. Aaron, you're in the hot seat.
Oh, I'm playing now. All right.
Well, I
Jen-
feel good. I don't feel too good because the questions were super easy.
I
But
know,
I-
but you guys.
but I
Who wrote
won.
Spider-Man?
But
You're all,
I
who wrote Spider-Man, Jen? I don't know. You both like looked at each other all crazy. All right, Aaron, you're up. Jen,
All
you're
right.
the judge. Oh, this is actually kind of a hard one. I don't know if you guys will know this.
bring it on.
Who was Elvis Presley's favorite superhero? And he mentioned it during multiple interviews.
Superman.
Superman.
No. Jen, no.
Batman.
No.
All of a sudden, Jen's got all the answers.
I know, right? Now that she's not in the hot seat.
Let's see if the chat gets it first. Hold on, I gotta block something. Okay, go ahead.
Man, I need to.
Can I give a hint?
Yeah, give
Yeah.
us a hint.
It's DC for sure,
The Flash.
but it's a junior character.
Oh, Superboy.
But think more old school. Think like Golden Age.
Kid Flash.
Uh
Ooh,
Golden
H&H
Age-
got it.
Robin?
oh.
Chat beat you guys. Sorry, you only have until the chat guess.
But he
Oh,
liked
yeah.
he liked the junior of
Oh.
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel Junior.
Hmm.
No point will be awarded since the chat beat you. We only have a couple more here. So what? Actually, no,
Man.
that's not true. We have a lot.
it's
Shazam
super fishy.
Junior?
It's super fishy that Jen's like, I know everything now. I don't know about Stanley writing Spider-Man.
Because now there's no pressure. Now there's no pressure.
Now she's like, I got this. I got this. Okay. What is the name of Iron Man's assistant?
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts.
Or Jarvis.
Jen? Kyle got it. We had an English bulldog and named him Jarvis, actually. That one's too easy. That one's too
Did Jarvis
easy.
help out? Or just
No, we
dog?
got rid of Jarvis because he humped all the time. All Jarvis wanted to do was hump. Yes, like non-stop. It was like a thing. We had to take him to the vet. They were like, we don't know why, but that's all he ever did. Okay. Oh, this is actually this is appropriate for the week. What African country is Nakia operating in as a spy before T'Challa arrived and brought her back to Wakanda?
Oh, I remember this question. It's
What country was she in acting as a spy before T'Challa showed up? Remember?
I don't
She's like,
even know who
"You're
that
going my
person
mission."
is. Nakia?
She's his like girlfriend. Well,
is it Nigeria?
yes. Oh, Kyle.
Oh, the only reason why I knew that is because I had that as a question as a backup for trivia the other day.
Cheater! How did you know? All right.
Because I had that question written down.
What's the score right now? Kyle has like 2, right?
At least
2.5.
And
Three
who's
and a half?
keeping track?
3.5.
All right. This one's
'Cause
gonna be worth double.
Because I got Norman Osborn. I got
That's true. He did.
Stan Lee.
And then you had Stan Lee, right?
And I had the half point.
Yeah.
And
All
I
right.
feel like I got KYLE. Oh, no, that was a tie.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
you got
call
that
it
one.
2.5. I don't know how many.
Jen, do you want back in the hot seat, or you gonna stay put as judge?
Well, if it's Jen,
okay.
I want more points. than that.
How about free for all?
I'm okay.
Anyone.
yeah,
maybe.
I'll be the judge. Can I play too? No, I'm just kidding. I'll be the judge.
You asked me the questions.
I know, but this is Laura trivia. I'm like, I got it. Ready? Who was the first Robin?
Dick
on.
Grayson.
Wow, really? Aaron?
What?
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
I gave up
Hold on.
reading on DC.
What?
a
That's
long
the
time ago.
answer? It's not a trick question?
No. All right. What color is not harmful to Superman? Oh, what color of kryptonite?
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh,
I mean,
That's
there's
a
ones that
question.
don't hurt him, but
think
there's
it's-
ones that have weird
it's like
Is it blue?
it's red kryptonite.
red
It's
makes
yellow,
them not
yellow
great.
kryptonite. I'm just gonna keep
Is it
going through them.
green.
No.
Purple,
You
No
guys
kryptonite.
comic books,
blue,
right?
blue,
Is it clear?
orange,
Like the
Kryptonite.
crystal? It's a crystal. It's a crystal that's in the
white.
Yes.
There's white kryptonite. That's stupid.
Yeah. White kryptonite is not harmful, but I think Jen kind of got it because isn't clear the same thing as red?
What?
The clear is the same thing as red.
Or clear is the same thing as white, isn't it?
If it's milky.
I'm giving it to Jen. Got you, girl. I'm
All
giving
right.
it.
Fine.
Last question, and then we'll wrap it up. Actually, no, I have 3 more.
No.
Last one, but it's really 30. It's a
Last
3-part
one.
question.
Tomorrow I'm gonna rewatch this and see who really won.
You think I would cheat? I'm not
It's
cheating.
probably going to be. It was you. It was you.
Yeah.
What type of doctor is Stephen Strange?
Surgeon.
Oh,
brains-
surgeon.
Surgeon, brain surgeon, which is close, but no.
Neurosurgeon.
Yes.
Mm.
Correct.
Damn, I saw that movie.
Okay. In Ant-Man, what animal did Darren Cross unsuccessfully shrink?
B.
The movie Ant-Man?
Oh,
The comp
Oh.
who's Darren Cross? Side- Who's
Was it
Darren
an
it was a
elephant?
goat.
Not a goat, not
It
a
was
bee.
It was a I don't know who we're talking
Horse?
about or what
Sheep?
if it's a comic or a movie. So
Yes, sheep. Damn it.
I just kept naming animals.
I know, Kyle's like stalling over here. He's like, I don't understand what Ant-Man is about.
Ant played the drum on that one.
I don't know what you're talking about, Laura.
That's
So,
cool.
next question. Nice try, Kyle. I see what you did there. You were stalling.
I should have just yelled sheep. I made a turkey joke.
All right, I want a hard one for the last one. And if the chat beats you, you all lose.
Oh,
That's fair.
Oh, that's even. And they're
that
on
makes it
delay
all
too.
irrelevant.
Well, that's the game.
Like the
I don't make the rules, Kyle. Well, actually, I do.
You definitely make the rules.
I definitely make the rules.
Hey, you just made that one up. I don't know.
I don't make the rules, okay? Except in this exact
So
instance.
now we're playing
Yeah.
against 40 people.
Well, they have a delay, right? Hold on. I'm
Like 30
scrolling for a good
seconds?
one.
Until like
While
they
I'm
hear the question.
Scrolling, Aaron, tell everybody about who they have to. While I'm coming up with the last question, will you cover this?
Yes. So we want to thank our sponsors. So make sure to check out Cover Price. Use the code Nirvana14 for the 30 days unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And make sure you're signed up for the text line over at birdcitycomics.com and use the code Nirvana for a 15% discount.
All right. I have a question that I don't think you guys will get. Because I don't even.
That's the question. All
And
right.
back to your regular scheduled program.
If you guys. Okay, chat. I'm rooting for you. Forget these guys. I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for you, Trish.
Beat the panel. Trish is in here. Hi. Okay. What is the name of the villain, Egghead?
Egghead.
From DC?
I
Vincent
don't know. Never heard of Egghead.
Vincent Price played Egghead in the Batman '66 TV show.
That's what I'm thinking.
How the hell do you know that?
Are you talking to me or the chat?
Because
Yes, that
he
is
grew up with the Bam, the Pow Batman, you know?
Because
That
it's
question
Vincent
doesn't count.
Price.
He
'Cause
got it
he's
too
awesome.
fast. It's Vincent Prince.
No, he got it.
I'll
Are
give
you
it to him.
spelling that? Okay.
He got
I'll give it to him.
So
but
I
it doesn't-
won. So I beat.
No, wait, no,
I
that
beat
didn't.
the chat. I beat 40 people in the chat.
All right. What was Tony Stark's favorite band?
I don't know. I only know about Vincent Price.
Black Sabbath.
He just wore that shirt.
He wears the shirt. You guys, come on.
I think he said it.
What?
Is it not Black Sabbath?
No.
Oh, but that's the song Iron Man.
Oh.
Is it AC/DC?
Yes.
Good job.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I act so surprised when you guys get them right. I'm like, yes, that is correct.
Oh, it's like you
Like-
play music or something.
Right. Like, I didn't know that. You want to know my favorite moment of the night, Aaron? Who wrote Spider-Man? These two is like.
Oh, the way you said it made it sound like it was a trick question.
Yeah.
And
it was-
Kyle's all, "Was
Oh,
it?"
because like who wrote the first Spider-Man or
The
whatever?
original, who
Yeah.
did the original? And you're like, well,
I said
It
it.
kind of threw me off too. Like,
wait.
No,
is it
my
like a
delivery was
trick question?
flawless. You guys just didn't. My delivery was
well, maybe we
perfect.
weren't expecting such an easy question.
I know. All right. Well, there you go. All right, do you feel better, Kyle? You dominated. You technically won.
I feel pretty good about it. I feel great. The fact that I that Vincent Price question, that made me feel good. Before I was feeling like you guys were handing it to me, but now
I don't even know what Egghead is. I wasn't sure if it was a like. What's
I have a
Egghead?
weird memory of that. So I was like, the DC one? Like,
yeah. So he's in the TV show, the old TV show.
Yeah.
He's they made up weird characters that only showed up like one time in that show.
And you remembered the Egghead. That's something. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you are following Kyle on Instagram, on Whatnot, especially. His first show will be this Thursday. We want you guys to come out and support him. Check out KYLESTRAHM.com for his trade paperback that came out on Wednesday, as well as his store exclusive. I'm going to show that on the screen one more time. Again, support the artist, buy directly from the site. And it's an awesome cover. It definitely has Ren and Stimpy vibes, which hits the nostalgia. You did a great job. Lots of spots for him to sign. So grab the signed copy while you're at it. And that is it. So Kyle, any last words before we let everybody go?
Just thank you for having me on. I always have a good time. And now I am the trivia champion.
we gotta make sure to mail you the crown. So
I know. We need to do that, actually. We should have some sort of like crown for whoever wins our games.
and so they can wear it the next time they
or
That's
a
a good idea.
trophy?
Show.
A trophy?
That we ship around the world.
Yes. I could do like what's the you guys ever see the league?
Yeah.
And then whoever wins it adds something to the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a big head, a 5 head.
Oh, and then also
Yeah.
for all those links, they are in the description of the channel. So make sure you're liking and subscribing and hit that bell.
It's super easy. Because if you're already watching the YouTube, you just got to go description and then click. You don't have to type anything.
Easy. Just like that question was about Spider-Man. All right, guys. Have an awesome night. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.